That sounds like a thing. That should be a thing. We should have a Cake and Quake weekend. I don't know. Whatever. I just really am hungry now because he even showed me pictures of his cake. It doesn't actually look great, but I'll probably eat about anything at this point. Either way, k1llsen and Kilson, let's get back into the Quake mindset here. We just had a break, of course. We did see, just to update you guys, we saw Rafa versus Inns as a semi-final, and you may remember that Rafa timed out. Inns awarded him a forfeit victory because, of course, Rafa was really far ahead, and it's Rafa, and I think it'd be a bit weird if Inns tried to, be a bit weird about it. So whatever, we're going forwards now. k1llsen, Kilson. I really don't know how to predict k1llsen's shape. I don't know really how he's been playing lately, but we have seen Kilson kind of really getting into form here. And the game's already getting started, so I can't even ask your opinion, Memento. We're going to go straight into this. So here we are. k1llsen versus Kilson on Sinister. It is best of 3, of course, it's semi-final. And this is quite a crazy start. Have you ever seen any spawns like that on Sinister before? 9 health k1llsen survives with.
Oh my god.
All right. That was okay. Well, 1-0 either way. And he's definitely in the lead right now. He's got only the rockets though. So Kilson definitely has a big opening on some of these items as k1llsen runs around trying to pick up all the shots, pick up all the weapons that he needs. He's still without a lightning gun. So this could be an edge here for Kilson to exploit. There's Kilson. Great rail from k1llsen. That's really perfect. He's going to set himself up well for the mega health. But the problem is the lightning gun of Kilson will be very hard for him. He can't get down on that mega. But it is hitting the rails, so perfect play from k1llsen. Even dropping, hitting direct rockets, Kilson, he is made to look the fool. Great plays from k1llsen so far. He's looking really good at the start of this Sinister. And one thing to note is that he did actually go 2-0 up against Chronic, and beautiful rails again. It's just, I'm not even expecting this. He's just hitting fantastic shots back to back. k1llsen is 3 in the lead now. We saw a very, very strong play from Kilson previously, so I'm definitely not putting it past him to make some kind of comeback here right on Sinister. It's only a minute and 20 seconds played, and k1llsen already just striding forwards with quite an incredible series of plays. So with another red pickup, he's looking really good, and the mega is quite far away as well, so k1llsen's got some good time to run about the map trying to hunt down Kilson. But Kilson has kind of made himself a bit of a ghost. Where is he at? That's really the question for k1llsen as he waits patiently. Picking up yet another yellow. k1llsen's doing well. Are you with me, Memento, by the way?
I'm trying to get to the server. I'm sorry.
Oh, right. Okay. I blame the admins, it's their fault. Or let's blame Inns. Let's do that. k1llsen right now, he's 200-200. It's 3-0. Kilson still doing a great job at surviving, but the problem is he's not really doing much damage. But the thing is that this is kind of the situation where a rail onto k1llsen wouldn't really help Kilson that much. It wouldn't really make the difference. What would make the difference though is a good stack, and Kilson's caught trying to get that stack. That yellow picked up there. Kilson pulls out that lightning gun. k1llsen is doing such a good job there. You can see him working that positioning mid-fight on towards that mega. Beautiful play there from k1llsen. I think Kilson did a great job, but look at this. He is back right up there, 200, 120. k1llsen looking so strong on the brand new Sinister here. This is so promising to see.
Yeah, this is really incredible. I mean, think of how Kilson played this map earlier in the tournament. Now seeing this is just so incredible. A lot of damage here, though. I mean, the stack of cooler now is slow, but it's only 4 seconds to the red, and I'm not sure if Kilson could actually go and do some aggression here. It's more likely that it's gonna position here, try to do a bit of damage with the rail, and then back off. And k1llsen didn't really receive damage, and its position is still very, very dominant.
Most certainly it is, and it's not looked like Kilson's even had the slightest of opportunities to get back in on this. But there it is, k1llsen caught with that rocket jump, but beautiful rockets to just make that situation look easy. And if we think about how close he was to death there, that is quite an important moment for k1llsen to actually come out on top there. You can see he's quite weak after that exchange, but the mega's about to spawn. The red is soon after too, so k1llsen looks after that, those 2 frags from Kilson. I mean, that was a big investment from Kilson. He invested all this stack, he invested a follow-up off the spawn, and k1llsen's just shrugged it off like nothing. 7-0 for k1llsen.
Yeah, and I just want to stress how beautiful the dodging of Cooler was in both of the occasions. I think really another player would have just died there, but he survived with that. It was nice. Kilson, he did a bit of damage and pushed Cooler down here. There is still time for the major items. The good thing is that the major items are synced, and Kilson is already in position for Mega. So there was sort of a split. So the question now is, can one of the players read the other player better and do a lot of damage? It seems that at the moment they are both very well aware of each other's position. Kilson now decides to teleport in, and a lot of damage coming in. The ammunition is lower, and Cooler eventually gets the frag. So it's getting harder and harder because Kilson is investing into getting somewhere, but in the end it's always Cooler making the frag and making the gap even larger.
8-0, that is quite impressive, and we're halfway into this one now. So Kilson, it's the first player today that has faced Kilson that's made it look like Kilson isn't really able... He's almost doing what Kilson was doing previously to everyone else. Cooler is now doing to Kilson. It's quite impressive, to say the least, and it's very encouraging to see Cooler, the legend that is Cooler, in such formidable shape right at the start here. Out of the teleport, he's going to find Kilson there, and he's trying to push this damage out, but he's got to be careful not to take too many risks here against Kilson, and you can see beautiful dodging of the rails there. Kilson going to drop in here for this fight. He's going to pick up the Mega Mid fight, but Cooler can't quite kill him before that point, and that's going to allow Kilson to maybe follow this up with war, and he missed. Oh no, he hit the rail actually, but 5 health left. So close. I can't believe it. I thought it was a miss because I was like, surely he'd die, but very close to death.
Yeah, I mean, it was sort of a good read. Unfortunate for like 5 HP. Yeah, but it is what it is, and it's another frag that goes for Cooler. I'm really impressed, and now he's even managing to stay alive all in all these kind of fights. It really shows how strong Cooler is at the moment in this map.
And that's really, again, very encouraging, because Cooler's had a history of, let's say, lagging behind a bit on some of the newer maps. That has been a thing for him in the past, and of course this is the newest map. And oh my god, Kilson, just a bonsai there with the rocket launcher just dropping in from above. But Cooler with the rockets of...
Oh man.
Oh, what can you even compare rockets like that to? Those were fantastic. Cooler is just constantly put to these horrible situations, and he just somehow executes his way out of it, whether it's dodging, whether it's great shots, whether it's the way that he positions himself. It's just Cooler now. It's all about Cooler. And Kilson, 11-0. He's got to be feeling bad about this, because he's like, again, I can't stress enough how many cool plays Kilson's done a lot of great stuff here, but Cooler's just somehow deflected everything.
Yeah, he's incredible. I have to say, it's really incredible to watch, especially knowing how good anyway Kilson is doing and was doing in general in this map. It's just this is a bit of an unconventional fight between these two. Not really sure what's going on, but
oh, Cooler still is going for this angle, and there he goes with the rocket jump. And if Cooler keeps this up, then we could see... I mean, I don't even want to... I mean, Rafa Kilson or Rafa Cooler will both be really amazing, but Rafa Cooler has something special about it.
Yeah,
either way.
And I'm very happy to see both players being so strong coming into this tournament. It's like the best situation you can have. It's like they're known for being like the top, but having them that are really have put in the practice and come and are on fire is really amazing.
So Cooler's going to get on out of there, onto the Mega Health, and right now again Kilson, nothing he has done on Sinister has worked against Cooler. Cooler's had an answer for absolutely everything that he's thrown at him. So Cooler, right now, as he takes all of these items, he's going to run into Kilson once again, pulls out the lightning gun. Kilson does as well. Who's going to take this one down? It's going to be close, but not close enough for Kilson. 67 health remaining for Cooler after that one, and he's going to pick up more armor. Hits a great shot there off the spawner Kilson, more or less, and now he's swung back all the way for this interception. Also has position for this Mega Health. So Cooler on top of things, but Kilson is below there. Not going to stop that. Doesn't have the weaponry to do so, or the stack, to be honest. And with a minute and a half left, this is well and truly, well, the book is shot on Sinister at least.
I have to say, Cooler, it's the first player I saw today really doing spawn control well in this map. it really feels like he's so confident, and we saw. I mean, he did quite some nice damage, or at least good read, even if the damage doesn't arrive. Good reads on where the opponent will spawn, and yeah, I mean, it really seems like he practiced this map very well.
Certainly, and there's Kilson going to go down once again, it seems, but not quite actually. I thought for sure that would have killed him, but it looks like he survived. Let's have a look how low he was. 47 health there. Kilson going to come back.
No, I had 22.
Ah, and there you go. I'm on Kilson for the first time in this series, and at the start it was all about Cooler, and start to finish. There's a good rail from Kilson, looking for something else. Kilson, his unorthodox aiming isn't working out against Cooler so far, and
it's incredible. Cooler is really reading Kilson so nicely. I mean, even now, he left with 2 points of health, and it's still the man that gets the Mega.
What was that Kilson interview where he mentioned getting Cooler's respect or something? Do you remember what I'm talking about? There was an interview where Kilson talked about gaining Cooler's respect. Do you remember that?
Yeah, he was saying that with the win in Cologne, really he gained the respect from Cooler because he finally won like a major tournament with top level contenders. So
yes, something that Strengths hasn't done as well. So it's and that's one of the reasons why there's so much sadness about Strengths not being here, because that's one of the amazing things about his storyline. Everyone knows that he can do that, he can get that big result. And Cooler, of course, is the Cooler Strengths drama has always been there. The kind of Cooler calling Strengths out and so on and so forth, and the little battles they've had, even some crazy, fun IRC logs that I've seen from years past. There's always great stuff between the two players, and I think it's fair to say that Strengths doesn't necessarily have Cooler's respect for that reason. So
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I won't comment on.
Okay. I'm trying to maybe, like, if Strength sees this, I want to motivate him back into action, because I want to see this stuff. I want this to be, because he's the only player really missing now, I think it's fair to say. Maybe 0-4 actually.
But on the other hand, I mean,
chance.
It would take quite some effort. I mean, for him, he would have to come back and really practice hard. So maybe not for this DreamHack, but who knows, in the future, maybe.
His shape wasn't that bad. I mean, it looked quite strong. He was getting some decent results. Of course, he lost the map to Sodus, but I mean, perhaps if it was actually for personal reasons, then I take back everything, because you can't really factor that in. But yeah. I think he had the shape. I saw him playing a bit. His shape looks pretty good. I don't know. It's hard to say, I suppose. He is quite a beast online. So either way, Kilson and Cooler are going to take this to Cure. And this, of course, is another new map, and a map that you would expect both players to be, let's say, less knowledgeable than someone like Cypher or someone like Rafa, the people that have been playing this for QuakeCon and so on and so forth. So here we go, Kilson and Cooler. Can Cooler impress us once again on Cure? That is the question here. He does grab that start with the lightning gun, and there, look at this play from Cooler here, leaving the Mega up. And what do you think about that? Because I mean, Kilson kind of swept it away.
It played out really horribly.
Yeah.
And I was really surprised that he did that. I don't know. I started thinking maybe it's just a weird combination of initial spawns that could make that kind of play optimal. But in this case, it was really just giving away a free Mega for no apparent reason.
So right now Cooler is going to grab another green, and he knows exactly where Mega is, but he's not super interested, of course, with that kind of stack. He's not even going to come across his mind to be someone to take that. He may try to ambush. There he spots Kilson in the distance going for it, but he doesn't have the rail, so he can't really punish, and that's kind of crippling in some senses there. And Kilson does have the rail, connecting a beautiful one there as Cooler goes up the jump pad, but bit of a double back there from Cooler as he goes all the way around and trying to avoid Kilson. He now knows his position. Cooler needs to get on some items here, and he still does not have a railgun.
Yeah, I mean, he could take it now, but yeah, it's probably wisely deciding to go back. After he takes this yellow, really the options are like going and taking the rail as soon as possible. It's probably that Kilson knows this, so he's gonna stick around to this area. The other thing would be to just do a lot of damage in a situation where the rail is not necessary. For instance, at the next red, the Cooler is in position above and Kilson is down, so Cooler just took the timing of it. He decides to play it slow.
I love this because he just needs the greens. This is kind of a very Pavel-esque kind of play, where it's like, you can have control because I'll always have 200 armor, and so if I can have the better position, I can hit the shot, and then we're even on the fight. And I want to fight somewhere where I want to fight, sort of thing. So I kind of like that from Cooler. And you know, we had Hand complaining about this at QuakeCon, that this map is hard to really read your opponent's stack because there's so much armor around the map. And we can see with greens, he's just keeping his stack alive with greens right now because he's being untouched. Very. It's not a playstyle we've seen a lot, and it's something we should see more of, I think, on this map.
Yeah, I mean, it's not so easy to stay alive all the time. It also depends, you know, how well you can read the opponent, how well the opponent reads you. And I think this is really where Cooler is shining in general. Now, this is a dangerous fight, but the output damage from both players is so high, and actually
Wow. Ammunition.
Yeah.
And the 50 there being there for Cooler to pick up mid-fight. That was really interesting there. Cooler, I'm surprised he didn't actually try to get out of the fight. But then when he realized that Kilson ran out of ammunition, he's going to find another one off the spawn here. Look at the way that the patience for Cooler has basically... I mean, he got given this situation just from the mismanagement of Kilson from his ammunition there. Because Kilson was supposed to hit rockets.
Did he have any clue about how... Because there was no LG exchange prior to that one, so it was not like he could count on the fact that, whoa.
Wow, through the teleporter, Kilson with those aggressive moves really catching Cooler off guard, but Cooler still does have a 2-frag advantage. And so you were making a point, oh, okay, well, here it looks like Cooler's going to just go straight for this Mega, and he's abusing the fact that he knows Kilson doesn't have a lightning gun, but that rocket, that
was beautiful.
So you're making the point that you still felt like
I don't know if Cooler knew how much ammunition Kilson had, or it was just the choice of taking the battle. But look at the damage here, completely unreturned.
And even connecting off the spawn with a direct rocket as well. So Kilson very much on the back foot here, and Cooler going to intercept there, and hits the rail as well. Beautiful stuff there. He's going to manage to just swing around for the Mega now after making this quick frag, and there is Kilson again. The Cooler is really just showing some crazy plays here, like really good dominance from Cooler on these maps. He's very patient as well, and this is again, you know, this is what we were talking about before when we were talking about Faz kind of playing the Sinister and being a bit too crazy at the end. It's Cooler's patience. It's one of his biggest assets.
Yeah, but he's really, like, the performance of Cooler at the moment is really incredible. And again, I cannot stress, you know, I cannot stress enough the fact that Kilson is not playing bad. It's just the Cooler. Oh, now we have Kilson lagged out. 999.
Curses. These technical issues today. There's something else. Of course, this is really troubling. I can't switch to Kilson's pulse, so I don't know what he had. But
he has 60 HP, 50 armor, rocket rail.
So it seems like it was a scheduled disconnect, perhaps. I've had a connection where they did that before. He just said 24-hour disconnect. So I imagine that's what he means. I had that once back in the days when I had ISDN, about 10 years ago. That was the last time I experienced that. But Kilson definitely really on the back foot. And it's 5 minutes in this one as well. So and Cooler was 6-1 up. So definitely Cooler is playing out of this world really against Kilson. So it looks like we're going back into the game. Match has resumed and Kilson's joined. So we just switch over to Kilson. Looks like there he is off the spawn. Let's go back to Cooler, but Cooler's going to call the timeout. So perhaps Cooler wants to... Okay, Cooler doesn't realize actually whether he's there or not. So the good guy Cooler is going to just make certain that this is actually as fair as it can be. And at least Kilson, let's say, Kilson wasn't in a better spot. Let's say it was 6-5 and Kilson was in control or something. At least, there's that.
Yeah.
And it looks like Cooler's, what is he? Is he saying that he wants to perhaps replay from start spawns with the frag advantage? So
yeah, he wants to make a remake. 6-1, 5 minutes.
5 minutes left, yeah. Okay, so Cooler's going to be... we're going to redo this. Cooler's going to have... it's going to be a 5-minute match, and Cooler's going to be 5 frags up. So they're going to restart this one, and we're going to get into the game. Of course, it is match point for Cooler, and he's shown so far an incredible display, because he's basically been able to diffuse Kilson's very explosive nature, his tendencies to basically just go a bit wild and hit all the shots. We haven't seen that from Kilson. We haven't seen him do anything like that. We haven't seen Kilson be Kilson, and it's, I guess, largely because of the way Cooler is playing.
2,
Yep.
1.
Okay, so time limit 5, Cooler with a 5 frag advantage here. He's going to get the same spawn that he had before. And if we recall correctly, last time he didn't do what he just did there and just go directly for the Mega. He went towards the yellow, and it paid off horrendously for him. So this time he altered that, and now he's going to catch Kilson with some beautiful damage. The trade is somewhat even, it seems, but Cooler definitely is looking a lot better than the previous start, and he is already 5 frags ahead, so...
Yeah, Kilson doing a very good job now with the rail. He was very fortunate to hit the rocket before, because this gave him like the advantage now. He can control this area of the map, try to push Kilson to stay here. This is a beautiful, beautiful push forward. He can now easily grab this Mega and then position himself to secure the red. So this is a very strong start for Kilson. And I would say it's probably better off now with this start than he was when the match ended. Definitely so.
Oh, for certain, yeah. Cooler was most certainly in a commanding position previously, but now Kilson has it. He's got 4 minutes to make 4 frags to tie this up. And let's see if he can do it. The time is ticking away. There is Cooler. Cooler doesn't want this fight. He's got to play defensively. He's putting the rockets in his wake there. And it is enough to slow down Kilson so that Kilson cannot close the distance. But Kilson's trying again. Almost catching Cooler. Rail comes out. Cooler with some good rockets. But Kilson is always present with that rail. But finally, he is beaten out of that spot. And he has to move back onto the red. So Cooler did defend quite well there. But look at that rail from Kilson. Very, very prominent with that railgun. Very prominent is the railgun, rather, of Kilson.
I wonder why Kilson tried to stay I mean, he was so eager in hitting a second rail on the Mega that he took a lot of damage. That was kind of a risky or maybe too aggressive move. He could have just hit one rail, go back safely, take the red, and then position for the next fight. But yeah, nonetheless, I think it's still pretty much in control, especially now that he takes a Mega completely uncontested. Beautiful rocket from Cooler, but this should definitely go in the favor of Cooler. But look at it again.
1 point of health remaining for the Russian Cooler, and that is not something you can really calculate. So that was really, really important for Cooler though, because Kilson, anyways, is back to square one. 5 frags he has to find, and he's only got 2.5 minutes to get it now. So, and this is match point for Cooler.
Isn't this an ammunition management problem? Like, it's the second time we have the same kind of battle where you would expect Kilson to end up winning, but then he finishes the ammunition, switches to another weapon, and Cooler has this like extra 100 damage that it does. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like a deja vu of what we had in the previous part of the map.
It does seem like something that it may not be. It may not be planned from either player, and it's just this thing working out to Cooler's favor, and that on another day maybe Kilson looks a lot better in this matchup. Because as you said, I think you're very, very much right in describing that it's happened, you know, twice, and it's been crucial moments of the game. So it's been moments of the game where Kilson was ahead basically, and Cooler right now, he's just killing time. I mean, he's got a minute and a half even, sorry, and then he's won. And Kilson has to make somehow 5 frags if he wants to even it up. So things are looking super grim for our German hero here, who is certainly looking in good shape all day until now, when Cooler has been able to find the right ways to deal with him. And Cooler not even turning around there, just like walking forwards as if nothing's happening.
Yeah, it's like, I just need my dodge now. It's not even... Yeah.
1 minute remaining. Kilson needs to find the frags. Can he do it? looking good so far. It still needs 5 in 50 seconds. 1 every 10 seconds would be quite nice for Kilson. I'm going to switch on to him to see if he's able to provide craziness. He's got the stack to do it. He's got a clean frag zone. k1llsen's got something to say about that beautiful engagement there from Kilson, but what is he going to be left with afterwards? Oh, this damage back from k1llsen. Is k1llsen going to get the frag? It looks like he's forcing Kilson back, and he does get the frag. Unbelievable there from k1llsen. And Kilson calls good game, and that's going to be k1llsen, the winner of this semi-final, and that's going to be a grand final today with Rafa and k1llsen. I think that is quite fantastic.
That's
we are
awesome.
in for a treat, aren't we?
Oh wow! I mean, I have to say, predicting that k1llsen would win, it's something. But predicting that k1llsen would win like this,
In that fashion, yeah.
Yeah, it's really impressive. Like I'm really astonished of how well k1llsen is playing, and I don't know if Kilson like somehow Kilson showed too much respect to k1llsen, or somehow changed his way of playing, because I really can't put together the Kilson we saw before this match and the Kilson we saw here. And so the only explanation, if Kilson doesn't change anything, is that just k1llsen is so dominant. It's just playing so incredibly that Kilson couldn't do anything.
It did feel almost like k1llsen was playing at a much different pace to pretty much everyone else who was playing Kilson today, and that he was able to basically force more decisions from Kilson as opposed to allowing Kilson to dictate the flow of the game is kind of one of the things that I noticed. But either way, definitely congrats to k1llsen making that final. So we're going to be in for a massive treat here, Rafa and k1llsen. And I mean, those two have so much history, so I'll let it speak for itself, guys. Remember to tweet about this, get the word out there so we can get everyone's eyes glued in on this on FACEIT TV. But we'll go for a very, very quick break, and when we're back, we'll have the grand finals up and ready for you with Rafa and k1llsen. We'll see you right after